Hi there, VC. Merely Chris here. I'm going to be doing a response to Farley from Farley's Retro Fancave and his 325 subs contest. Farley asked a number of questions that we had to come up with various answers for with bits of music. So, got some notes because I can't remember the damn question name, so let's have a look. So, what song would you use as an intro to a UFC match? Don't think I've ever seen a UFC match before, but I have seen plenty of boxing matches. So I'm assuming you want something uplifting and powerful that's going to represent exactly, what sort of fighter I am. And I'm the sort of fighter who would run away. Fighting's not for me. I'm not exactly built for fighting. Not going to happen really. So if I was going to be in the ring, I'd have to blind my opponent with showmanship and stuff like that, because I'm certainly not going to win him in a fight. So what we needed was some razzmatazz. What better than Razzmatazz by Nazareth? Brilliant, brilliant song. Got that wonderful sort of driving riff, which is just what you want for a sort of intro song. Just great track. I mean, brilliant all-round album. This is Nazareth's third studio album, which came out in the early 70s. I think 1973 came out. Superb album. Broken Down Angel's probably my favourite track off the album, other than Razzmatazz. But not going to be a better intro track for me than Razzmatazz by Nazareth. Okay. Next up was, what song would you play at your funeral? There's a happy little thought, eh? Well, I have thought about it before in the past. There was a couple of songs that I've somewhat jokingly said to Jill, my wife, that she should play if I die before her. I'm definitely going to die. So, the first one was Children of the Grave by Black Sabbath, which had a sort of ring to it for a funeral. The other was the one that I really want played, but I'm not sure I would get away with. Now, I'm going to get cremated. I'm going to save the space in the ground for a tree or something like that. So I'm going to get cremated. So my choice was This Planet's on Fire by Sammy Hagar. It seemed the perfect thing to do, to have playing as the curtains closed and I went down into the incinerator. It first appeared on Street Machine, which was Sammy Hagar's fourth studio album, which came out in 1979. I've been looking for my copy, but I can't see it anyway, so I pulled this out because there's a great version of it on this. This is Sammy Hagar live in 1980, and it's a brilliant track. I cannot for 1 minute expect that it's the sort of thing that they would like, and I think even Jill might draw the line actually when it comes down to it. So I have to pick something a little bit more sensible. And I've had this conversation with my dad before. My dad was quite seriously ill about 15 years ago. And as part of just the general chat about his operation that he was due to have and things like that, we turned to the inevitable what if questions. So we made some arrangements for what he would like should he die. And the song he chose to have played when he was cremated is probably the song that I'm going to go to as well. This is by an artist that my dad has loved for years, and we kind of joked at my dad about this. When we first got a record player in the house, my dad would bring all these records back, but nothing worth listening to. We used to have, for those of us from the UK, you'll know the Band of the Black Watch, Pipes and Drums. Well, we had one of their albums. I don't know what on earth possessed my dad to bring that back. And for some unknown reason, he seemed to take a liking to Nana Mouskouri. So he's got dozens of Nana Bloody Mouskouri albums. But the other artist that he took a liking to was John Denver. Now, John Denver gets a little bit of a bad rap as being a bit twee and a bit sort of not quite country, not quite singer-songwritery, falls in the middle, doesn't land anywhere particularly. And I can see in some instances where that would come from, but I think he's a massively underrated artist. And the track that I'm probably going to have my final sort of bit of music to is off this album, John Denver, The Spirit. And it's a track called The Wings That Fly Us Home. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. And it's about a person's place in life, and, you know, it's a very spiritual song. I'm not a religious person, but I am very spiritual, and it's well worth a listen. And if it's good enough for me dad, well, it's damn well good enough for me. That's all I'll say to that one. You might think John Denver, never ever going to give it a listen, but give it a try. You never know. It's a beautiful song. I may even put a link to something down the bottom, just because I'm desperate to push poor John there. Okay, next one. What song sums up your life or your life view? This was hard, but in the end, I went for a bit of Rush. Off the album Signals, which is the 9th studio album, which came out in 1982. I can't remember. Is it 1982? Yeah, 1982. And the track I've chosen is The Analog Kid. It's just about it's a snapshot in a kid's life where he's just sitting in a field watching the world go by and just ignoring everything around him. And it's the whole premise of the song is not to take anything too seriously. You know, just do what you want to do. Be your own guide. Don't get tied up in plans. Don't get tied up in grand schemes. Just do what you want to do. And I've kind of lived my life that way, I think. Brilliant album all around. And I'm sure it's going to appear in another contest response very soon. No beer today because it's relatively early on a Saturday, so I thought I'd better not. But we've got a nice King Crimson mug there. Although it doesn't look too clean there, does it? With a decaf coffee. Oh, rock and roll, eh? And the final thing was a bonus. And what album would people least expect you to own? Well, the majority of people who follow me on this have only followed me for, a month. So don't really know what my musical tastes are like. Although I hope you've seen over the videos that I've put out, and it's fairly broad. But there is a band that I hate. I cannot get away with. And I've tried because I've got friends who think they're amazing. And it's so against popular opinion. But I own one of their albums. And the band's U2. I cannot get away with this band. I don't know what it is about them. I've tried, and I still bloody hate them. But until I have a desperate need for some space, I'm keeping it. This actually came as part of a lot from a chap at work who was moving over to Canada and had a load of vinyl in his garage. That was largely ropey and a lot of it had been water damaged, but unfortunately not that one, so I've kind of kept it. Don't know how long it'll stay with me. As soon as I need the space, it's probably first on the list to go. But until that time, I've got it. So there you go, Farley. Brilliant contest. I love watching your channel. Get loads of ideas for listening to new metal and that kind of stuff. But you've got such a wide range of stuff again that, there's always something of interest on each of your videos for me. I recommend anyone who isn't subscribed to Farley, and I can't believe I've got any subscribers who aren't, but if you're not, I'll leave a link below, and do check out Farley's site. He seems like a great guy. He's got great taste in music. He's got a great taste in sci-fi, What's not to like? Um, that's me, over and out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.